Well, heck of a job, FEMA. Lots of back patting today on Capitol Hill as lawmakers held a hearing into the response to Hurricane Sandy.
I want a big shout out to FEMA. They're a great partner in this.
I want to commend FEMA Administrator Craig Fugit.
Madam Chair, I just want to thank you for being such a strong leader on this.
I can't tell you how much your words of support have meant.
The President could not have appointed a better person to lead the long-term recovery, and I mean that.
Administrator Fugate, you and your people have established one thing, that when the call goes out, that the country is there to help their people.
Wow, but try telling some of that to some of Sandy's victims. Welcome, everybody. I'm Eric Bolling in for Neil Cavuto, and these guys might be satisfied, but try telling that to this guy.
It's time to get up and fight for your people. You know what? FEMA needs to put trailers so people not in Jersey, not somewhere else where they have to worry about vandalism to their home when they're out there, or squatters taking over their house. What are you doing? It's time to fight for the people and get what we want. We want a place called home, and we want to be somewhere for the damn holidays. Not in somebody else's house, or some hotel, or some renter, some shelter, right? You know, it's getting tiring. We need answers.
Staten Island resident Scott McGrath, the guy you just saw in that video, says no one should be patting themselves on the back, at least not yet. Scott, thanks for joining us, and we come to you from Staten Island live shot. Well, we need to tell the audience, what's that behind you, sir?
This is my house. This is where me and my wife and my dogs sleep every night. We don't have no heat, no hot water, no electric. We're using generators that my neighbor has lent us, and we're using portable heaters up in the second floor to keep warm at night.
You know, Scott, so you hear these lawmakers on the Hill patting each other on the back, patting FEMA on the back. What does that make? How does that make you feel?
Aggravated, stressed out, and more depressed that, you know, they're doing a phony pattern and show to each other while the victims are still suffering here on Staten Island and other boroughs. Come do a walkthrough, see the people, come talk to them. It's not just me, it's just not my family, it's my neighbors, it's my friends, it's other victims of Sandy. Staten Island has become the forgotten borough, and nobody's helping.
What do you do? How do you shower? How do you eat? Are you even warm enough to sleep in that house? I mean, thankfully it's been warm the last couple of days, but what happens when the temperature drops?
I don't know. Me and my wife are feeling sick now. We've been showering at my neighbor's house across the street. We either order out or my neighbor cooks for us. I mean, it's the people of the area that have helped each other. Forget Red Cross, forget, you know, all these other agencies. It was the people that came from all over the United States to help the people. FEMA doesn't do credit. Red Cross don't deserve credit. They're all here now because they are here after the fact. Mm-hmm. But when this all started, it was our neighbors and friends and other boroughs and other states that have been here first to help the people. All
right, Scott, I understand you you actually met President Obama, is that correct, after a couple of days after the hurricane?
I met President Obama, yes I did. They had him up at Middlefield. The mayor's office had picked a few people to go up there. And when you got up to the tents, they told you to make believe you're going around shopping for supplies, so when the president came in, he would see the victims looking for stuff. They have to realize the victims were not up there every day getting those supplies. People were in their house taking down taking out the water, taking down the sheetrock, taking down their walls. They were doing stuff in their house. They weren't up there. And when I met with the president, I told him that this was staged, that the governor just came and the mayor. That's the first time I seen them on Staten Island or anywhere. They didn't walk around my block. They went to a certain area and that was it. So, you know, they have to all stop and be men and grow up and say, you know what, we dropped the ball and we messed up and you got the finger, Staten Island, because I asked the president straight out. I said, you promised to cut the red tape. He said, what do you mean? I told him about Bank of America that didn't want to stop my payments. They told me, oh, they'll defer them for 3 months, but in 3 months, I'll have to pay the 3 months of my mortgage. What is that doing for me while I have to repair my home, get a place to rent? What is that really doing to me? But he said he can't do nothing with the mortgage company, but he said that he could do something with FEMA. FEMA works for him. And I told him the middle class keeps getting the royal finger. No matter who you turn to, FEMA don't want to hear it, your insurance company don't want to hear it, your flood insurance don't want to hear it, your homeowners. Everybody's giving the ball to everybody else. When you call your homeowners insurance, they say they don't cover anything with flooding, sewage, water, waves. So all my content in my house, I'm getting zero from. The flood insurance only covers structural damage. So they send you a check or a settlement, but you can't cash that check because you're agreeing to that settlement. Mm-hmm. So you have to go and get somebody to check your house out to make sure the insurance companies are being honest.
So Scott, let me just sum this up. You met with President Obama within days after the hurricane. Here we are several weeks after that meeting, and you don't feel anything's happened. You don't feel your life is, at least you're being taken care of, or at least thought about from FEMA, from Schumer in the state, from the federal government, including Obama. Is that right?
Absolutely not. Not only me, my neighbors feel the same. We are the forgotten borough. We are the forgotten people. We are the middle class people, and we're the working class people that have paid our taxes, and we're not getting in returns because it's always FEMA. Deny this. You need to re-get this. You have to reapply for this. I mean, it's a joke. You know, you're the president of the United States. You got that mighty pen. You bailed out the banks. Bail out the American people that don't have homes for the holidays. The president's going away for Christmas. He's going to Hawaii for 20-something days. Mm-hmm. Where am I going to be? Where are my neighbors going to be? Mm-hmm. We're not going to have a place called home. Where is the fairness? And Mr. President, you've got to do something. You're the president. You got to get FEMA to react and tell them put these trailers in areas and let people have places to live for the holiday. You're going to enjoy your holiday in Hawaii. I'm going to be here with no lights, no electric, no plumbing, not having my kids here. What am I going to do for the holidays? You're going to be warm. I may be cold, maybe get sick. You know what? Me and my wife been stressed out. We've been depressed. We have anxiety. We have panic attacks at night thinking when we hear noise that somebody's breaking into our home. But we don't have enough lighting and stuff. But people go, oh, leave. You can't leave because this is your home. People are not leaving what they built and they earned, and they have a right to have it fixed and be back in their place where they live.
All right, Scott, we're going to have to leave it there, but we'll say prayers for you and your family. Scott McGrath, Staten Island. This is America, people.